How many of you have had this issue before? You have a really nice portable power station you've paid good money for. You got your solar, but gosh darn it, the limit on how much solar you can connect to your power station is easily maxed out, and you can't physically connect enough solar to your power station to keep up. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can fix that. So here's the issue. This is the EcoFlow Delta 2. It has a maximum solar input of 500 watts. But sometimes you're running like a 600 watt load on a unit like this, or a 1200 watt load on the Delta 2 Max, like a RV air conditioner, for example, and you need more solar. Solar panels are cheap, especially big residential size panels like this. Let me show you a super easy hack to make this work. All you need is one of these magical plugs. This is from WattCycle. I'll have a link for it and a coupon code down in the description. This is what makes it all possible, because what we're able to do is actually plug into the extra battery port and expand through this. This plug comes with this 8-gauge wire, and typically it terminates with ring terminals. What I did is I cut it, I crimped some ferrules onto the end, and added this 40 amp DC rated circuit breaker. I have a whole video that I will leave linked down in the description showing you how I added this. Coming out on the other side of this breaker is some more 8-gauge wire, and it just comes over here to an external MPPT solar charge controller. I really like this one just because its price is good. It's been through heck and back with me, and it's still running. It has a built-in app control, really nice, but you could use Victron or something like that if you wanted to. I'll leave some links to options down in the description. And then this, in turn, connects to my massive solar array. All three of these panels are in series, which is another tremendous benefit to this hack. This EcoFlow has a 60 volt limit on its MPPT solar charge controller. That really restricts you to how many panels you can connect up into series. This external MPPT has a VOC limit of 150 volts. So not quite triple the voltage headroom that you get with the basic charge controller on the EcoFlow. Now I'm going to unplug this portable solar panel for a minute. I need to apply power to it, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the breaker on. And that's going to allow this charge controller to quote-unquote see the battery in this EcoFlow. And we're going to now bring in just a bucket load of solar. Now I want to show you here in the app. Take note first that we're at a 90% state of charge, okay? There is no indication that there's any power coming into the battery like there would be if I plugged that portable panel back in, which I'll do momentarily. So that is one downfall to this setup, is that there's no communication or metering of any kind that tells you how much power is going into that power station. The good news is that MPPT charge controller has a built-in app, which is why I like it. And you can see, maybe if this will focus, there we go, 885 watts, almost 935 watts, all getting dumped into the EcoFlow Delta 2. So now I could plug a 500 watt load into this power station. It would 100% run off the solar input. And then on top of that, the solar would charge this up as fast as the solar input of the power station maxed out would without any load at all. Are you starting to see the power of this setup? No pun intended. So now, if we come back to the EcoFlow app, just in that period of time of showing you that and explaining it, we've gone up to 94% state of charge. And one indication, though, you do have is, notice down here, it does give you an estimated time to charged. So 14 minutes remaining at this rate to fully 100% charged. And now I've got this folding panel here. I plugged it back into the proper plug on the EcoFlow, plus this extra solar right here. And coming back into the shade, you can see that it is registering some power coming in off that portable panel. The sun kind of went behind a high cloud, so it's not as intense as it was. But yes, you can simultaneously charge from the built-in input on your EcoFlow, as well as giant, large solar arrays. Now let's talk a little bit about safety for a sec. Connecting solar, especially large quantities of it like this, through the port right here is quite dangerous because you could actually overload the batteries. You won't overcharge them because you will certainly include a solar charge controller that is built to charge lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is what is inside the EcoFlow, at least the second generation and on. Plus, if you get a charge controller like this, you can actually dial the settings into custom charge parameters to charge any battery, whether it be standard NMC chemistry or lead acid or whatever it may be. So the charge controller is going to protect the battery inside that from overcharge, just like the charge controller built into the power station does. When I talk about overloading, I am talking about putting in so much power that the batteries can't absorb it fast enough. So I could put like 20,000 watts of solar out here and plug it into that, and that would literally blow those batteries up because they're so small in comparison to the amount of power I'm generating. So here's my rule of thumb. If you are not going to have a constant load running on the EcoFlow at the same time that you are charging, you do not want to exceed a 1C rate of charge. What's 1C rate? The easiest way I calculate it is I take the size of the battery. So this case, it's 1,000 watt hours for the EcoFlow Delta 2. And if I were to charge it with 1,000 watts of power, that would be charging a 1,000 watt hour battery at a 1C rate. A 0.5C rate is what this typically charges at if you max it out, 500 watts. If that's all French to you, don't worry, you can learn it pretty quick. Technically, this battery is okay to go a little beyond a 1C rate because this actually charges from the AC wall power at about 1,200 watts. But for easy math and easy remembrance, don't exceed 1C. So if this was a Delta 2 Max, a 1C rate of solar input would be 2,000 watts. Twice that of this because it's got twice the size of the battery and can then accept twice as much charging power. Now, let's say that you are trying to run an RV air conditioner. Let's say that RV air conditioner is pulling 1,000 watts continuously. In theory, so long as that air conditioner didn't ever turn off, you could then add 2,000 watts of solar to this because 1,000 watts would be immediately being consumed by the inverter and your RV air conditioner, while the other 1,000 watts will be going into the battery to charge it. However, you're walking a little bit of a fine line there because if the air conditioner turned off and this was at a 50% state of charge, all of a sudden, all 2,000 watts of that energy is going to be trying to cram itself into that battery, and you could overload it. So you need to exercise some caution and make sure that you do your calculations right so that you don't overload anything. Worst case scenario, just stick with the 1C rate. That's still going to double your input, right? This has a max input of 500 by itself. You're going to double that with a 1C rate of 1,000 watts in. On a Delta 2 Max, you're going to double that and get up to 2,000 watts of solar into it. A Delta Pro, you could go 3,000 plus watts of solar into one of those. Cable sizing and stuff starts to get into the mix once we start getting really high wattages. But anyway, I digress. That was a long side note, but certainly worth discussing and mentioning. This connector here opens up so many options for what you can do with your EcoFlow. Not only, as you saw in this video, expand it with mega amounts of solar, but I've already made additional videos showing how this can expand your EcoFlow power station with massive, cheap third-party expansion batteries. On top of that, you can parallel two power stations together to expand capacity as well as double your charging power, double your output power, double your solar input. And so instead of spending money on just basically a giant paperweight of an expansion battery that does nothing on its own unless it's connected to the power station, you can get two power stations that can be used independently or paralleled together. That's a tremendous bonus. In addition to that, this connector allows you to grid tie your EcoFlow power station and use the EcoFlow stream to use your power station to offset your whole home electrical consumption and save money monthly on your electric bill. And I've got even more videos in the pipeline coming up where I'm going to show how that adapter could really add additional flexibility to your EcoFlow setup. So subscribe so you don't miss that. All right, everybody, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think of this setup. What issues do you foresee that I didn't already touch on? What further use cases do you see that I also didn't touch on? Let me know. I read all of those and I try to respond to as many of you as I physically can. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype. Those 5 free things make such a difference to the channel. Also, I have links down in the description to not only the products and stuff that you saw here, but you can also book a one-on-one video consultation with me or submit a guaranteed to be answered question since I don't usually answer every single one in the comments. So take advantage of those opportunities. I sure appreciate all of you. Stay safe, and we'll catch you all next time.